So what I mean about the sort of X-ray quality that you can get with it, yeah? And you can see, I mean, I should have used a thicker, not thicker, but a wider brush on here, but, you know, sometimes that helps. But with the first one, because this is so dusty, you can see what I'm working the paint into the surface, so it bites. You can imagine this technique on, you know, one of the portraits that you're working on. Yeah, and it doesn't mean you've got to use Prussian blue. You can use French ultramarine, you know, even alizarin crimson. These are all that are sitting high in the sort of glaze because they're very translucent anyway. You know, alizarin crimson, if you throw alizarin crimson over that, that red will start doing amazing things. And all the blue area will turn real subtle violets, and that area over there will become almost black. Yeah? This is the old masters. You know, like the Mother Teresa and all of those Renaissance and the sort of religious iconic paintings that Titian, you know, what they do is they put a flat surface down, and, you know, the blue garment will be like 10, 20 layers of glaze to make it look like silk. To make it, it's not just one coat. Even with Titian, these skies, he would spend, you know, like some of them skies, the reason they punch so far deep into the canvas is because there's several layers. What's happening, you're given a thin layer of pigment that the light's now going through, it's hitting this surface, it's reading where it's hitting and it's coming back, and that's why you're getting this luminosity.
It doesn't just reflect, it deflects back.
Exactly. You watch that red, look, that red's now gone almost like a dark violet. Yeah?
You have to apply it, everyone just wondering, what if you know, just play with the background?
You can try that, but what you can, definitely, because they would contain it, but then how does that put with the other area? If you'd have darkened these, are you sitting up against this white? You know, maybe this softening of this white now will lead you into something else. So again, you're right, you correct the sort of, and there's no wrong or right, and you can do it exactly like that. You know, this one, I think, while we use it as an example, we'll cover it, and then you can, you know, you can come back working into it. But yeah, there's nothing stopping you from working around that, darkening it, or then you throw one on that and see how it responds to the background. So you want to use it, yeah? What? It's how you would like for this to benefit your work.
Yeah, that's right. I'll experiment, you know, I'll find a way to get.
Yeah. The thing is, the glazed medium, well, it's starting to pull already. This glazed medium will dry to a slight sheen, what you've got, and then the more layers that you put on.
Sheen, you mean shine? Right?
Yeah. The more layers you put on, the more of an intense sheen it will have. Yeah. So there are problems with it. Is that in fact, if you didn't want, put this on. I'm doing this because then it can bite in. Yeah. So if there's any dust, I'm just shifting the dust around and making sure the paint hits the ground. You can feel it already. It's starting to pull on it already. So it's starting to But also, you know, if you wanted a really iridescent or vibrant surface, then, you know, look at what it's doing to this sort of whitish blue area. Yeah? And it's punching out. And then it means you can then work back into it. Sometimes you might even cover everything that you've done, but, you know, if you work back into it, it gives you a different way of looking at. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you another technique that you can use this method by. That's why it needs a bigger brush. See, I'm showing all my brush mark. It's all right on the dark area.
Yeah, it's all right. We're just, you know, kind of, you know.
We'll pull them out in a minute. Because I want to
It's a really good idea. You know how the shit is done.
See how that mark has become very subtle over there?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and does it need, you know, it might need a ping of red on it. It might not need a whole volume of red on it.
It puts all the painting together.
It does, yeah. Yeah.
Right, just quickly see if I can... I'll quickly show you and then I'll put it back on. What you can do as well, with a rag, you know, you can
Oh, yeah.
wipe it off very gently. You're controlling the intensity of the pigment that you're laying down. That's what the beautiful thing about this method, you know? And then you come back and you can where it's vulnerable, I can just level it out.
It's like an underwater kind of,
So
you know.
before you scratch, you have to wait until dry. I
Yeah,
remember you said.
otherwise you're pulling it up. Or I could now dip my brush in there, put another layer and make it as dark as that. We'll keep it flat for you for now so you can... Oh, it's starting to go already.
Constantine, is this experimental, this one? What do you mean? This painting. It's experimental, yeah? This looks really good actually.
No, it needs to be
Make
more.
surface for take it for you scratching.
Yeah, some good shit.
See what I mean? You can just play around with it.
Absolutely.
Right.
I see, that's brilliant.
Have we got a surface that I could...
It's your old painting before.
Yeah, it's an old painting of